Never before has the French national team been rated as highly as it is now. Every position on the field is brimming with talent across all lines, with a strong attack and a solid defense. Their modest goal is to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup for the third consecutive time. The French team, who have won twice, must overcome any obstacle. France will have to overcome the hurdle of Morocco in the quarter-finals when these two rivals clash in Boston early tomorrow morning. Whichever team wins this rematch of the 2022 semi-final will confidently advance to the top four where Spain or Belgium await. Having overcome numerous difficulties and survived Paraguay's dark arts in the second round of the tournament, the strong contender France is brimming with confidence heading towards another World Cup quarter-final. 5 consecutive victories have helped France top Group Y, and then eliminated Sweden and Paraguay. Although it was thanks to Kylian Mbappe's penalty that they overcame their South American opponents, overall, the French attack has scored a total of 13 goals. To date, the magical attacking quartet of Mbappe, Ousmane Dembélé, Michael Waz, and Bradley Barcola is receiving perfect support under the guidance of coach Didier Deschamps, who will officially say goodbye to the national team after this tournament. The French team has now achieved a record of 11 wins in their last 12 official matches, including an incredibly impressive 7-match winning streak. Not only is he great as captain leading the golden generation of 1998 to World Championships on home soil, Didier Deschamps is also preparing to coach his 25th World Cup match this coming Thursday, officially equaling the great record held by Halaskin for a long time. Back to the hallowed ground of Boston, where Label once crushed a Norwegian team with a 4-1 victory. This veteran strategist is aiming for his 20th career win in the most prestigious tournament on the planet. On the other side, Morocco is determined to break the jinx and defeat France in 90 minutes of regular time for the first time in their 7th encounter, after suffering 4 defeats in 6 previous matches. The only official match between the two teams took place at the 2022 Qatar World Cup, where a 2-0 defeat in the semi-finals ended Morocco's miraculous journey in that tournament. Once again, the African Lions maintained their 5-match unbeaten streak since the start of the tournament, continuing their mission to conquer new historical milestones for African football. Their steely resolve is currently sitting in 7th place in the world. Coach Mohamed Abouabi's pupils finished second in Group C before defeating the Netherlands in a tense penalty shootout and crushing co-hosts Canada. Despite a somewhat difficult start in the round of 16, Eden Unihi's explosive second-half brace helped Morocco completely regain control before substitute Shian Rahimi extinguished all hopes with a decisive finish in injury time. With this form, Morocco boasts a streak of 10 consecutive unbeaten matches since the controversial African Cup of Nations final in January. However, extending this winning streak against the French giants will undoubtedly be the most intense and crucial test they have ever faced. Next, let's explore some very interesting statistics presented by the OPA data website before the match. If they advance through this round, the French team will enter the pantheon of legends, becoming the 3rd nation to reach the semi-finals in 3 consecutive World Cups. Previously, history only recognized 2 powerhouses, Germany with 4 consecutive appearances from 2002 to 2014 and 3 from 1982 to 1990, and Brazil 3 times from 1994 to 2002. Mbappe's most recent penalty goal brought his total in this year's tournament to 7, equaling Land's record and just 1 goal behind Lionel Messi. The race for the Golden Boot promises to be extremely fierce, with both Argentina and Norway already in the quarter-finals. Not only is he a direct goalscorer, the French captain is also a formidable playmaker, contributing 2 assists and creating 12 chances for his teammates in this World Cup. He made 8 passes that broke through the opponent's defense, second only to his teammate Michael Waz with 9. The dynamic duo of Mbappe and Elise are the core of France's tempestuous attacking power. In particular, Michael Waz made history by becoming the first player since the legendary J.O. in 1978 to set an incredible statistical record in his World Cup debut, successfully completing 10 or more dribbles, 11 times, creating 10 or more chances from open play, 10 times, and delivering 10 or more through passes, 11 times. It will be a huge challenge for Morocco to stop France, especially as they face the risk of losing key player Ismail Sarri. He scored in every group stage match, but Sarri had to leave the field in the first half of the victory against Canada due to a thigh injury. If the Bayern Munich newcomer doesn't recover in time, coach Mohamed Abouabi will have to place his trust in the brilliant form of the duo Brahim Diaz and Achraf Hakimi. Since the start of the 2025 World Cup finals, he has been the player with the most goal contributions for Morocco across all competitions, with 6 goals and 4 assists. As for Achraf Hakimi, in the last 2 World Cups, he has been the defender who created the most chances with 21. Even more astonishing, the 15 chances he created in this year's tournament is the highest number for an African defender in a World Cup final since 1966. Morocco's only remaining personnel concern is Chad Riad, who was sidelined for the match against Canada due to a knee injury sustained in the victory against the Netherlands in a round of 32. On the other side, Manu Condé is likely to continue to lead France's midfield if Aurélien Tchouameni is not yet recovered from his groin injury. In defence, centre-back William Saliba also had to play through pain after a back problem in the match against Paraguay. Coach the Sams is certainly hoping that the steely defender Saliba will be 100% fit to start from the beginning, providing a solid foundation for France to confidently aim for a semi-final spot where one of the 2 giants, Spain or Belgium, awaits. Based on that squad situation, the starting lineups for both teams can be predicted as follows. Goalkeeper Magnon will still be in charge of the French goal. The back 4 will consist of Qend, Upamecano, Saliba, and Dini. Cone and Rabiot will play deepest in midfield, while higher up in a 4-2-3-1 formation will be Dem, Waz, and Bakola. Finally, Mbappé will obviously play highest. On the other side, Bonu is equally reliable in goal. Hakimi, Riad if fit, and Marzi will shoulder the defence. Aoui and Guadi will be in midfield. Diaz, Unahi, and Nkannou will support Rahimi. To recap the fiery clash in Qatar 4 years ago, the game-winning goals from Thor Hernandez and Randon Colomwani officially ended Morocco's miraculous journey. However, coach Didier Deschamps' team still has plenty of reason to be highly cautious ahead of this rematch. Surprisingly, half of France's World Cup defeats in the 21st century have been against African teams, with 3 out of 6 losses not counting penalty shootouts. This jinx is further highlighted by incredible statistics. In just 7 encounters with African teams during this period, France has suffered 3 defeats. Specifically, 61.7% of the time, Didier Deschamps' players have comfortably won their matches to advance. With a 6.2% chance, Morocco has a slim chance of causing an upset, defeating and eliminating France within the 90 minutes of regular time. There's a 22.1% probability that the 2 teams will draw in regular time, forcing them into extra time, or even a tense penalty shootout to decide the winner. Regarding key pre-match points, the clash between Achraf Hakimi and the French left flank is likely to be the deciding factor in this 2026 World Cup quarter-final. Playing at right back for Morocco, Hakimi is one of the most attacking defenders in the world today. This star will undoubtedly try to exploit the gaps behind the high defensive line of the opposing team whenever he gets the chance. On the other side of the tactical chessboard, it highly likely Level will plan to use the duo of Ousmane Dembélé and Bradley Bakola on the flanks to stretch Morocco's back 4 as much as possible. This is intended to create gaps between defensive positions, opening the way for Kylian Mbappé to operate and punish the opponent. If Hakimi is too preoccupied with charging forward and pushes Morocco's defence into a vulnerable position, France's lightning-fast counterattack could become the decisive blow to finish the match.